does work. Alright, I gotta get that Galaxy one out of there. A little fruity, spacey. Welcome back, Open Hours. Some more. I don't give much leeway for people getting on, checking it out. Anyhow, let's take a look at the items on the table today. Nothing too exciting, not PC related, but some of the things that you try to do when you're waiting on other stuff, like scans and whatnot, to finish. Unless it's a super crazy time where you got a massive workload. So I have this old straight razor. Kind of mixed feelings on how to clean the rust off of it. But I want to try and use some rust remover. If it ruins it, it does. We'll pop another blade in there. And then sharpening's a whole nother matter. And then we got a watch. I need to replace the battery, and I don't have a case wrench. We're going to try and get that off of there. I was hoping to pour rust remover in here and let it stand up in there, possibly. But I don't know if I have enough to fill that container. So, why don't I have an idea? I have a great idea. Don't know how it's gonna work, but we'll try it. Okay. Give me one moment. I'm gonna rinse this out. Okay. How about we try a Red Bull can? Lucky for us, we're not touching any circuitry. They're wet gloves. Let's, much skinnier. I'm going to read the label to see if, can you get this, let it touch aluminum? Well, let's find out. You gotta remove the top of said can. So, let's find a appropriate blade. Not this old one. That way we're not ruining a sharp one. We'll see what we can't, kind of damage we can do with that. We want to soak the blade. So here's what I'm kind of looking at. That will go down. We want it to hang there. So about there. Oh, it's going to make a terrible sound. Alright, sharp edges. If you attempt anything as such, just know the edges are sharp. More than likely you're going to cut yourself. So that should do the job, hopefully, that we want it to do. Let's get the rust remover. I'm going to shake this. I don't know if you're supposed to shake it, but we'll give it a shot. I'm going to pour it in. Oh, that's confidence instilling there. The cardboard out of the cap is stuck down. Okay. So we've got some green goop here. We are going to set a timer. It says a half hour. I'm going to say 15 minutes. Oh, that's not a timer. That's a calculator. Okay, timer. Do we do 15 or 10? 15? How about 12? Alright, 12 minutes on the clock. I'm going to set this well out of her. Well, let's see if it stands there without pulling the whole job over. It does. Okay. So we're going to move this back out of our way. Let that sit and start our 12-minute timer. Alright, project 2. While we're waiting on these blasted computers. I'm going to download something. Is it downloading? That should download it. Job 2. Let's get in here, take a look. I don't have a watch case wrench or a watch case opener. We're going to try and make one. I know you can use scissors and other stuff. I don't want to bend my long, like needle nose pliers or scissors or anything else. So we're going to try and just make something out of something very common out of the back of a computer. Some of the I/O covers or expansion covers. Show in the folder. Boy, that thing is infected. So here's the plan. I've got 2 screws and then 2 of these. I think these will be too big to lock into the edge. Or maybe not. It might be too round. But we'll drill the smaller hole first, mark it out, put these in, and see. Auto punch. There's the auto punch. And it's not big enough to get 3. I was going to say 3 would be ideal. So we've got 1 spot to drill. Alright. paste it. Paste. Alright, well, I don't want to bend the metal up too much, so what I'm going to do is drill down between the vise. So we'll put some weight on one side. Zoom this back out some. We'll put some weight on this side and hold it here where we're drilling it and try and run our drill through. We did auto punch it, or put a mark with our punch, so that should work how tools are supposed to work. Now we just need a drill. And I don't think I have a drill here today. So how are we going to get holes through here if that's not the case? I don't think I brought it with me. We'll never do it by hand. Alright, new plan. No drill. So, how are we going to make a watch case opener? I wonder how much force we need. Can we use plastic? Possibly instead of metal. I doubt it'll hold, but let's waste some time and try plastic. Because plastic I know I can drill through, but I don't know. Probably just the force of spinning is going to break it. Where is that? Pin vise. We're going to do this the old-fashioned way, if it works. So I have an X-Acto knife handle here that I turned into a type of pin vise for holding a drill bit. And it gives you something more to hold on to drill holes by hand than you would have just by holding the drill bit. So we want as much leverage as possible, but not so much. Yeah, I didn't think about this. I had the drill here and I took it home last night, or not last night, 2 nights ago, to fix one of the kids' little buggies. So I left it there. Alright, one. Let's try and turn our screw through there. We need something bigger than that. Alright, so that does thread in nicely, holds it kind of tight. Now we need to measure it out where we need number 2 to go. And it's probably going to be a 1, maybe 2 time use item here, so. I guess for entertainment value we should have tried this on the metal, right? Man, drills a hole through metal by hand. How many turns would that be to get through through a piece of junk steel like that? I guess the sharper the bit, the better it would be for a job like that, right? Yeah, we should be. There we go. miserable failure. Probably most definitely. But if it works, it worked. Question is, we don't want a whole lot of space, just enough to grab. So I say we lower that back out a little. Same with this one, we don't want it through a whole lot, I would imagine. We're gonna need more than that, possibly. Okay, we're slightly off. What do we do? Either the square or the flat. Let's try. I think the flat has enough. And our timer is getting ready to go off, so. Alright, we're at 24 seconds on the timer, so finish doing what we're doing here, and then we'll attempt. What I'm doing is just getting the little bit of room that I need, so we're going to file off these screws to give them a flat spot, and hopefully it'll grip the back of that a little better. Like I said, this is probably a massive failure anyhow, but we'll give it a shot. Alright, so it fits, but it wants to spring back off, probably due to my poor measuring. Let's see. Can we open this thing up? And indeed, it did spin it loose. Okay, so maybe not a miserable failure. tight fit. Everything seemed to work. And we didn't need the metal one. It would probably fit better. Let's clean it off a little more. Say this one. And here. Oh, okay, so that fits a lot nicer. Now, we probably don't want to get any of this muck in the watch, so let's take a moment, clean that up. Check our blade. Okay, so we have, what, 12 minutes? It's been in there another 1 or 2 possibly. We'll pull that out here in a few and wipe it off. And be about done for the day. Allegedly. We've got to go do the day job. Let's fire up another utility. AC's got to go on. Gotta get this air conditioner running. Okay, so I'm going to take a moment and clean up. Or we made a wreck out of the whole affair. We could just remove all the tools and dump this, but why not? We'll make use of this broom. We bought it. We gotta justify using it, right? I think we have used it once or twice on this. It's on this channel at some point. Alright. And just as a sign of good measure, take and clean up quick. I realize we do have some stuff in the screw holders, but we'll work over here. Clean off our blade as well. Well, that latches in without much pressure now. You don't have to really flex it too bad. It kind of locks on, and you can just turn it right off. Is that off? And I'm just not seeing it? Or do I need to spin it further? How far are we talking we gotta go here? Okay, let's get in here and look. So we know that we take a little tiny watch battery for this movement. That big old watch. That tiny, tiny movement. Is that literally just a pop out, or do you have to remove a screw to get that out of there? And this is where I don't want to bend anything, right? Or is it meant to bend? I probably should have left this up to a watchmaker or jeweler, whatever that word. There's some word. People, I don't know. I'm not in that industry. The O-ring is still intact. Could probably use a new one, at least on the case. But how do we get our watch battery out? And let's try and get a good look at that. Okay, so that, let's see how much focus this Sony can do. It's an Energizer 377378. Is that what that says? Three seven seven 376. Something like that. Okay. So little tiny battery. Let's try and break the watch. Is there something I'm not seeing holding that in? Just the edge of it, right? Is that a real thing? You gotta take 3 screws out to pull that battery out? Let's look at that real quick. So what I'm seeing, one, 2, and 3, just to get the battery out. Don't want to pry too much. You don't know what all goes together in there and what it's for. Yeah, I don't want to break it, so I think we'll leave it there. I gotta get a battery anyhow, so we'll spin the back on loosely, very loosely, as we don't want to strip it, 1, and 2, we want to get it back off. Let's get our wrench and try and tighten this down just a hair. This seems like a pretty there we go. We'll keep it there for now. Okay. To be continued, we need the battery. Let's take and get a paper towel and wipe our blade off. Don't want to get this stuff all over everywhere. So we could. Oh, it's not nice and shiny, but it is cleaner. Let's say it's got between 15 and 20 minutes on, something like that. We could go further and attempt to try and brush it on, but I'm going to say that's pretty good there. I think, do you rinse this stuff off afterwards? No idea. And I know people that collect such stuff, it's rusty, the patina, you ruined it, don't care. I just wanted it clean, wanted to see what would happen. Will it work on an old rusted piece of metal such as this? It's our box opener, so there you go. Alright, we got to get our liquid back in and head to the day job. Alright, anyhow, we're definitely going to end it here. Thank you for watching if you did. This isn't my usual content, but we did succeed in getting the back off of the watch. So we know what type battery. We can pick one up at our local pharmacy, CVS. We got some rust off. I'd call that a success mission while I was waiting on other things to happen. So have a good evening, good morning, good afternoon, whatever time it is. Whenever you click the link to come over and see this not so entertaining content. if you're into doing this, or the computers, fixing stuff, getting it working again, and you know how to do it. Somebody needs a hand, give them a hand, fix it, make something great again, make it work again, instead of buying new all the time. Have a good one. I will see you